What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Emphasis on Sports. I'm your host, Damon Anthony. As usual, man, we keep it between the lines. We just talk about sports related, not any of the private stuff. Like and subscribe if you're new. If you do enjoy listening to podcasts, we're available on most streaming services. Just look us up, Emphasis on Sports. Connect with me. All there is to it. Well. About to kick off NFL Week 5. It is Thursday. There is a Thursday night game. You see what it is. Tonight, 49ers at the Rams. This one's going to be a hell of a game. Interesting game as a 49er fan. Probably the last 6, 7 years. We got to be the most injured team in the league. Have to be the most injured team in the league. This team gets hurt at a clip that is ridiculous. We're going to start the week 5 talk right now with this game. Listen, walking into this game, 49ers without Purdy, without Pearsall, without Jennings, without Bosa, without, without. It's the 49er way. But one thing I also know about the 49ers, they get it together, they pull it together, and they actually do play very well under Shanahan when they're in those circumstances. As a matter of fact, there has been multiple times where we've had to go into LA and beat them with a backup. That being said, this one's going to be a tough one, y'all. The Rams are as good as advertised. They are who we thought they were. Any of those things. We know what Matt Stafford brings to the table. We know that Sean McVay is going to have a good offense out there. Puka Nacua is one of the best receivers in the game. And I'm going to say top 3. If you're going to say Jamar Chase, if you're going to say Justin Jefferson, you have to say Puka also, because ever since the guys came in the league, the guy has actually been a stud. Tonight, the line on this one is the Rams minus 8.5. Listen, I'm going to take San Francisco with the points, but I'm going to take the Rams to win. I think the Rams are going to win this game. 49er defense does look good. I'm predicting this one to be somewhere around 23-17. I like the Rams to win. Give me the 49ers to cover. Unfortunately, right? But remember, I got to keep it real. Got to be very honest about it. Can't just ride home team all the time. Nobody wins them all, except the 72 Dolphins, right? Moving on. Let's get to Sunday. Sunday morning, we know we have a London game. Minnesota, this is their back-to-back Europe games. They stayed over in Europe this past week just as they're getting ready for this games. They actually should have a leg up when it comes to sleep, getting used to the time zone changes and all that. They've already been there, right? Minnesota Vikings playing the Cleveland Browns. Current line on this one is Cleveland or is Minnesota minus 3.5. Give me the Vikings. I like the Vikings to win. I like the Vikings to cover. Cleveland really isn't a good team. They're also starting Dylan Gabriel this week, bench Joe Flacco. So this is a rookie quarterback going against one of the top defenses in the league. Brian Flores is going to get after the quarterback. They're going to try and make him see ghosts. I think Minnesota wins this one and wins this one big. Next game on Sunday is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders going to visit the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, I believe, lost a game last week against the Rams that they probably could have won. The outcome of the game may have shifted if we didn't get that fumble through the end zone. The Colts are actually a pretty good team. I think it's kind of a shock to the senses with everybody. Meanwhile, the Raiders, they're not. The Raiders, their offense is iffy, up and down, way too many highs and lows. He just started using his old college stance, so we don't know if that's going to add to things. The current line on this one is Indy minus 6.5. Give me the Colts. I think the Colts put up a lot of points, and their defense really isn't shabby. I think they're going to hold the Raiders to under 20. I think the Colts put up some good points here. Give me the Colts minus 6.5. Next up, we got the New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. Now, listen, y'all. You know how I get down. I love my nobody cares games of the week. This would have been one if it wasn't for the fact that Jackson Dart started last week for the Giants and beat the Chargers. People care. People are going to be watching, especially anybody that's been keeping an eye on Brian Dable and the Giants and the hot seat that there could be. We know Russell Wilson got benched. Jackson Dart came out and he looked all right. He looked pretty good for a first game. I'm not going to say he looked like a world beater, but he looked pretty good. Meanwhile, the Saints, they're just not a very good team. We know that they're full on rebuilding, new coach, new quarterback, trying to figure some things out. Other than Kamara, Olave, and Taysom Hill, ain't too much oldness going on there. Current line on this one is the Saints -1.5. Give me the Giants to win this one second straight up. I think they're going to go into New Orleans, and I just think they're going to field goal their way out of there with a victory. After that one, we're going to have Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Jets. Current line on this one is Dallas -2.5. Give me Dallas. I don't like Dallas's defense. Their defense is horrible, but offensively, Dak and the guys are getting it done. They're putting numbers on the board. They're going to continue to do that. They're going to put up 30, 35 points. I don't think the Jets match that. And that 2.5 that Dallas is giving up is just too small of a number. I like what's going on with the Jets. Justin Fields is looking like he's found his fit a little bit. Give me Dallas in this one. I just can't take the Jets scoring enough points to outmatch Dak Prescott. Next game up. This one should be a good one. This one definitely should be a doozy. The Denver Broncos are going to visit the Philadelphia Eagles. Current line on this one is Philly -3.5. I like Philly to win, but that half point, that little 3.5, give me Denver to cover. Denver walks in with a stud defense, great defense, great on the outside, great on the inside. Philly's having some problems throwing the ball and moving the ball up and down the field. If they can't do that, this one's going to stay close, and Denver may actually win this one. Denver's really not a bad team. I like Philly, like I said, to win this one. Philly's finding ways to win. They're champs. That's what champs do, right? They are finding their ways to win. But if they're not careful with this Denver team, Bo Nix is looking all right. That defense is really good. If Philly can't pass the ball, they may just lose this one. But currently, give me Philly to win. Give me Denver to cover. Then we're going to have this one. This is it. This is it. The nobody cares game of the week. 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 Both of these teams do have one win to their credit, but sad otherwise. The Miami Dolphins are going to visit the Carolina Panthers. Current line on this one is Miami -1.5. Who really cares? I'm going to take Carolina because they're at home. I like Carolina just to win this one straight up, probably by a field goal at the end. We know Tyreek Hill is out. That changes a lot for the Miami offense. Now you don't have that long distance stretcher that's going to change everything. Now guys can really just play honest, and that may disrupt Tua. I don't know. Maybe it will. Meanwhile, you look over at Carolina, they're building. They're slowly getting there. They're a young team, quarterback, young coach, young, a lot of first round picks running around that team. They're slowly getting there. I like them to win this game straight up at home. Give me Carolina. Then we're going to have the Houston Texans going to visit the Baltimore Ravens. This one has all the signs to be a doozy, but we don't really know what's going on with Baltimore right now. Defense doesn't look like Baltimore defense. Run game really doesn't look like Baltimore run game. Is Lamar Jackson, is he healthy? Is he hurt? Is he going to play? Is he available? We simply don't know. Meanwhile, in Houston, we don't know what the hell's going on over there either. Is CJ Stroud dropping off? Woody Marks, it looks like he's taking over that backfield. But what else is going on with that team? They're not looking like the team, the Houston team that we've seen the last couple of years. This one, the line is Houston -2.5. As much as I hate to say it, I can't go against Baltimore in this one. They are at home. Give me Baltimore straight up. Give me Baltimore. I definitely could be wrong. Don't think that I am. Part two on the nobody cares game of the week. 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 Tennessee Titans are going to visit the Arizona Cardinals. This one is a doozy of don't care. We all know that Tennessee is not a very good team. In the words of Cam Ward, keep it a buck, their ass. We know that. Meanwhile, Arizona, they're just a football team. I don't think that they're going to be, they may be a 500 team. They may be one grand game under 500. I don't think they're going to knock anybody's socks off. I just think this is a football game. And probably because neither one of these teams are really outstanding, probably highly competitive. Early line on this one is Arizona -7.5. Give me Arizona. Why not? Arizona can score. Tennessee cannot. Give me Arizona -7.5 here. Next game up is going to be another one of those doozies. I'm looking forward to this one. With the 49ers playing on Thursday, it opens me up to just watch football and relax. not be too amped up because my team can't lose on Sunday, not this week. Tampa Bay is going to visit the Seattle Seahawks. Current line on this one is Seattle minus 3.5. Give me the Seahawks. I like Tampa Bay. I like what they're doing. I love how they're moving. Baker's playing great. Obeka, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, the receiver. But Bucky Irvin's down hurt. No Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin is just trying to get his way back in. Meanwhile, Seattle, they look like a solid team. I'm not going to say that they're great. I'm not going to say that they're world beaters, but they're a pretty solid team. And they're going up to play in Seattle. Seattle does have the 12th man. It is tough to beat that situation. Sam Darnold, he's looked all right. Can't take anything from him. And that defense continues to look really, really good. I think Tampa's going to go in there. I think it's going to be a really good game. I just like Seattle to pull out the win here. And I think they cover this 3.5. Then we're going to have the Detroit Lions going to visit the Cincinnati Bengals. Ugly game. Ugly, ugly from a Cincinnati standpoint. Current line on this one is Detroit minus 10.5. I'm not sure if Cincinnati even puts up 10 points. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Detroit's going to drop a 30 piece. Give me Detroit all day. Give me Detroit big. Cincinnati they don't look like they have it together whatsoever on offense. It looks like they need some changes. And they are a team full of talent. And with their quarterback down, that talent was doing absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, when you look at Detroit, they look like they're getting ready. They took that slug early against the Packers, but ever since then, they righted their ship, and they look like the Lions that we expected to see. I like the Lions here. Give me that 10.5, no problem. Last game of the 4 o'clock slot, Washington Commanders are going to go visit the Los Angeles Chargers. In this game, Jaden Daniels comes back. Maybe Terry McLaurin comes back. I don't know. But this one should be a slugfest. This one should be a shootout a little bit. I'm pretty sure that Harbaugh's on his guys about how they lost that game last week. That should not have happened against the Giants. The Chargers are going to be ready to go. Meanwhile, I really see Washington being ready to go after taking that L that they took last week. Let's go. This one should be a good one. Current line on this one, Chargers minus 2.5. Give me the Chargers. I think they defend home field. I think they're going to walk it off with a field goal right at the end of the game. I'm looking somewhere around a 33-30 game, something like that. I think there's going to be points everywhere in abundance. Next up, to round out Sunday night, division matchups. I love a good division matchup in prime time. This one should be solid. New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. We know who Buffalo is. Buffalo, the only thing that they're looking for is championships. Is to get to the Super Bowl, let's win a championship. New England is in rebuild, and they're looking like they're on the right track on the rebuild. These teams are going to play a very highly spirited game. This game, I believe, is going to be kind of close. Current line on this one is Buffalo minus 7.5. I like Buffalo to win, but give me New England to cover. I think one way or another, Vrabel figures out how to just keep it close. They may not pull out the win, but I think they cover that 7.5. Moving to Monday night. Monday night, we got Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags just coming off that victory against the Niners. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, they just beat the Ravens, and it looks like they may be getting back riding that ship. They're getting guys back, y'all. Once you have Worthy back, you have Rashee Rice back. It changes that offense. Once you get them home back some players, they may take off. They might. Jacksonville doesn't look like a bad team. They look like a really solid team. That defense is causing a lot of turnovers. They're playing really good, sound defensive ball. I like Kansas City to walk in here and win this game. The current line on this is Kansas City minus 3.5. Give me Kansas City. I just like what they have going on. Not going to act like they're not solid. They're going to come in. They're going to do business. Give me Kansas City all day. Now, moving on to other sports. We all know, look, tomorrow night, well, if you don't know, it might be some people that don't, they're not paying attention. But tomorrow night, Friday night, WNBA Finals begin. They finally begin, right? We got the Las Vegas Aces playing against the Phoenix Mercury. A lot of people weren't really expecting the Mercury to be there, but I think some of those people may not watch enough WNBA to understand that Alyssa Thomas, she's one of the best in the game. With Alyssa Thomas, you're talking about a walking triple double damn near, at least recently. That should be a very fun, very competitive series. I'm really looking forward to seeing Asia Wilson versus Alyssa Thomas. But then I also want to see what some of these other role players do. Jackie Young, is she going to drop another 30 ball? Very well could happen. If she does, it's going to be tough out there. It's going to be real hard out there for a pimp. I'm telling you that now. But that kicks off on Friday. Also, want to see how everyone's reacting to Nafisa Collier's statement that she made in terms of WNBA leadership. I've been seeing some people react a little bit. I'm happy to see all the people that she named actually say something because they're all, to be honest, they're all in this together. And it seems the WNBA and most of the sports world has Nafisa Collier's back and actually are straight agreeing with her with no problem. That is wild to see. I did see a couple people call for Kathy Engelbert to resign. It might be time. If your players are crashing out on you that much and nobody's coming to your defense, maybe that means something. Maybe it does mean something. We shall see. I am looking forward to watching the finals start tomorrow night. That should be a doozy. College football, there are a few really good games this weekend. As I'm sitting here scrolling, trying to check it out, I believe the biggest game, at least for me, is going to be number 3 Miami playing against Florida State, who's ranked 18. Definitely want to see that one. That's one of those Florida matchups that could go kind of either way. I'm going to say Miami. They're going to win this game. It's going to be cool to see. I like to see Miami on their way back to this. Once I could start seeing the U minus the shenanigans, once I could see all of this, college football is back to me. Growing up, the U, FSU, shit, even Nebraska with Tommy Frazier and some of those guys, that was where it was at. We're on the way back, and I'm loving it personally. Moving over to baseball, listen, baseball playoffs have been rolling. And we know that they kind of changed how it was. They had like stupid one-off games that were dumb. They actually now they're doing a 3-game wild card series, giving the top 2 teams in both leagues a week off or a couple days off. They're getting their buys, and then they have to go out and play. All of the ALDS series starts this weekend. Dodgers have already moved on. Dodgers are going to play Philly. That's going to start this weekend. The Tigers just knocked off the Guardians. It's going to be Tigers and Mariners. Really looking forward to seeing that. Want to see what happens with the Mariners. So then tonight, and I'm definitely going to have on a couple TVs just so I could check all that out. You got the Padres and the Cubs, winner take all. The winner of this one goes on to play the Brewers. Then you got probably, arguably, one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports. And the fact that this is a wild card series was just awesome to me. Red Sox and Yankees. This one's tied 1-1. Winner moves on to take the Blue Jays. That's going to be a divisional matchup. I love to see it. I love to watch playoff baseball. The intensity is unmatched throughout the season in baseball. You can watch an NBA game and there's some really dope games, some fun games throughout the year. You can watch playoffs and you can watch the NFL and you can have those games that have that playoff atmosphere in the regular season. Same thing in hockey. Baseball, not so much. Baseball is baseball until you get to the playoffs. Then it takes another step, and that's what I'm here for. And I absolutely love it. So look, that's all I got for you. It's about time to get ready for this game. Let's go, Niners. I know I said that the Rams are going to win. I hope I'm wrong. Well, y'all be good. And until next time, I will holler.